Hi there, thanks for joining me to chat about this latest episode of Sister Wives. If you're a fan of the show, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also let me know your thoughts on the happenings in this episode in the comments. So in this episode, we see that it's Easter time. Janelle and Christine are going to have a gathering for their family, which is them and their children, and have an Easter egg hunt, do something fun for Easter. Kody says that he and Robyn are not celebrating Easter, but they are celebrating past Resurrection Sunday. I'm not sure what the difference is. Isn't that like the same thing? But let me know if you know the difference in that. He says that they will see some family and not others. So I guess he's talking about the people that he called jerks that he's not going to see. And says there seems to be a line drawn in the sand. And I was like, yeah, the line that you drew. What do you mean? Kody. Christine says that they used to celebrate Easter years and years ago, but then Kody decided that it was a pagan holiday. And so he seemed to try to suggest that this was ignorant ideology. So when he got exposed to other people, he decided that he wasn't going to celebrate Easter anymore. And Christine was sad about this, but they said later that they had agreed to not celebrate Easter. Anyway, Kody goes on to say that they celebrate Passover. And so Janelle said that there's no specific polygamous rules around Easter, but Kody said that he felt more in line with celebrating Passover. So I had to look this up because of all this Easter, Passover, resurrection. And I thought Passover was something different, but so I went to look it up. And based on what I'm seeing is Passover is a Jewish holiday, not that other people can't celebrate it too. But I thought they were Christian. I don't know, what religion are they? Typically, you see Christian have their holidays and their rituals, and Jewish holidays and celebrations are usually a little bit different. But anyway, I guess I can see why Kody was saying Easter was pagan, because Easter, from what I'm reading, is man-made, and the Passover is something that was ordained by God and is mentioned in the Bible. And Easter celebrates the resurrection, while Passover is a remembrance of Jesus' death. So I guess I could see why he was saying that. So it seemed that everyone was willing to give up Easter, but I guess because Kody said so, because Christine was sad about it. So even though she gave it up, I don't think she really wanted to. Also, I want to know from those OG followers of the show, did they ever film anything surrounding Passover on the show? Because when I was looking this up, I realized that there were a lot of specific rituals for Passover that the Jewish people observe. So I just wonder if Kody ever did that, or was he just celebrating Passover in name only and basically anti-Easter and just using Passover just to say that he's anti-Easter. Anyway, this kibosh that he put on Easter only lasted until Robyn entered the picture, apparently. So Robyn celebrated Easter, and she would go to her mom's for Easter. And so because Kody didn't want to leave, Easter was brought back in, I guess, a hybrid form. Robyn says that when a new wife comes into the picture, that there's changes, and she's not sure why it was different. What do you mean why it was different? You're celebrating something different from what they were celebrating. That's what's different. Anyway, Christine thinks that Robyn had more leverage with Kody because he was so in love with her. Christine said a part of the reason that she's going to celebrate Easter this year was because Kody had said no in the past. But I think she was joking. She says that she used to be Team Easter is pagan years ago, but now that she's free, she wants to celebrate things that make her happy and what she really enjoys in her life. So we see Christine says that the last time she talked to Janelle, that Janelle wasn't really ready to leave Kody. We see where Kody is saying that they can heal and fix things. But Kody says right now that he has a life with Robyn and her kids, and he's okay with that. So that kind of contradicts what he just said, that he wants to fix and heal things. But then he says he has a life with Robyn and he doesn't care if he gets anything else. Kody is just pure contradiction in my opinion. But anyway, Kody says that Janelle and Christine wants the kids to have their own identity without their dad. And it seems to be that he's taken an issue with that. But whose fault is that, Kody? You're not really involved. You're just on your island and in your bubble with Robyn and the kids. So he's not participating, but I guess he expects that their life should come at a standstill because he's not in it. But outside of the conflict, though, even if they had a good relationship, what is so wrong with them having an identity outside of him? They are allowed, to do other things without him being involved. That's okay. People do that all the time. But I think what he's really mumbling about or is ornery about is that they're having fun without him. And that's what's he's most having issue with, I think. So we see everybody running around looking for Easter eggs. They're at Christine's house, both the adults and the kids. And Christine had put money and candy into the eggs. So she's like, yeah, I think it's because of the money. Everybody is having a good time. There's no stress like other family gatherings, she says. And then we see Robyn with her version of the sad face that she's not celebrating Easter with the family. Meri, on the other hand, says she hadn't heard from Robyn, her so-called friend, or Kody for Easter, and said that she would not invite herself over. And I'm like, good, because my goodness, it would be very painful to watch, to see her groveling to be invited over for Easter. So good for her. Meanwhile, Janelle says she's at peace and she doesn't miss Kody. This is what she's saying. Anyway, Meri and Jan, we see them at the Airbnb again. They've cleaned out the space that she's going to use for the boutique and she's going to remodel it. A lot of rehashing of the same stuff that she's been talking about for the last 3 episodes. So she says everything is so serious with the family, and then she has fun with Jan. Jan is her best friend and all that. Kody says that they have an amiable relationship, and she doesn't want anything to do with the relationship. Basically, that it doesn't have any fire. Robyn says again that they can, if they can get through all this stuff with Christine and Janelle, maybe he can work things out with Meri. And I was just like, oh my goodness, give it a rest. It's not going to work out. He doesn't want her. Seriously, she needs to stop. So the same thing over and over again. And, Meri was saying that how Jen's husband had washed her car or something like that, and does little things for her. And, she was like, oh, it's not what we think. And I was like, we didn't think anything, Meri. We don't think he wants you, if that's what you're trying to think. That, she's kind of trying to suggest that, she doesn't want us to think that because he does these little things for her that he likes her or he has a crush or something like that. And I'm like, we never thought that. So essentially, these are things that Kody is not doing for her. I guess this is what she's pointing out again, because she had mentioned about, it's good to have a man to do little things for you or help out when Jen's husband was helping her with little things at the Airbnb. So she keeps dropping hints about Kody. I don't know why she keeps talking about Kody, but he doesn't care. So here we go again. Robyn wanting her to stay, and we see the same scene that they rehash, showing back, flashback of what she said before about wanting her to stay. But anyway, she's moving the business. Once again, she says that she was hoping for a different reaction from Kody and that she wants to heal the marriage. She's hoping that since he just went through a divorce, that maybe he won't want to have another one. I think this is the hope now that she's hanging on to, that maybe he'll try to salvage the relationship with her to avoid getting a second divorce. I just roll my eyes. I just can't. Honestly. Kody says that his whole life is centered around Robyn and her kids. He says that she wants him to fix the relationship with Meri, Janelle, and the kids, but he basically says that he has no desire to do so. He says that Robyn is the love of his life, and so I'm just like, why are we talking about reconciling with Janelle? I know a lot of people think it's because of money, but I guess because it doesn't make any sense. You're saying you have the love of your life, so why are you talking about reconciling with Janelle? And really, you don't seem to be much interested in her anyway. You don't spend any time with her. You're not concerned about what she's doing. You basically spend the night and ran away in the wee hours of the morning when you stay over. So why are we trying to reconcile? But I think he's worried about Janelle following suit and leaving him like Christine did, because he said that Christine has so much influence over Janelle. It's pathetic. But who cares? You don't really want her like that anyway. But he just wants that control, I think, and because Christine has Janelle's heir, he's worried about that, and he can't have somebody else controlling Janelle but him. Christine says she's staying in Flagstaff in a short-term rental, and I think she was there for a week or something like that, and she's going to make dinner for everyone. So at the dinner, they were talking about plans for the holidays, where they're going to spend the holidays as far as Christmas and New Year's, and no one wants to spend the holiday in Flagstaff. So it sounds like they're going to probably do it at Christine's house in Utah. Kody is at it once again, blaming Christine for the breakdown of his relationship with Gabe and Garrison. He says he only tried to hold them accountable, but hold them accountable for what? What exactly? He's being so vague in these little, in his little reasonings for things, and I'm just wondering if he's still referring to the whole text chain thing. What exactly did Gabe and Garrison do that he was trying to hold them accountable for? Does anyone know? I'm curious. And he says that they can come to his house. So the impression that I'm getting here is basically he's the master and he won't dare to stoop down as low as to go to them and try to reconcile. They need to come to him. Christine says that the last time that she saw Robyn was the day before that she moved, and Janelle says she hasn't seen Robyn or Meri in almost 6 months. So she has only been really in touch with Christine, and the other wives, I guess those two so-called BFFs are doing their own thing, and then Janelle and Christine are doing their own thing. Robyn and Meri get together to hang out, and Meri says that she gets to hang out with Robyn's kids, that they always had a good relationship. Robyn says that it's important that her kids have a good relationship with Meri, maintain a good relationship with her. And in this scene, Meri just seems so lonely, like she's just latching on to just any kind of little family or semblance of a family that she can have. And I just wonder, like, where is her child? Doesn't she have a child? Doesn't she have extended family or anything like that? She's just getting crumbs she's getting nothing from Kody, but she's getting essentially crumbs from Robyn that she's hanging on to. But surely she has other family. I just feel, I don't know, this just makes me really sad for her. It's just sad to watch. Janelle and Christine want to talk alone, away from the kids. She's curious as to how she's doing. She asked if Kody came over at all, but it seems like the last time that she saw Kody was on her birthday, and he came over after their birthday dinner. But she said that he left early in the morning because the reason that he gave was that he had to go help Robyn to get the kids ready for school. So they were like, wow, he never helped with the kids. I wonder why he ran off. Was it really to help with the kids, or he was just trying to get back home to Robyn? And it's funny that Kody didn't say anything about the sleepover. So this is the first that we're hearing about the sleepover, at least the first I'm hearing about the sleepover. I thought he just dropped her off and went home. Or maybe he was talking about a different occasion. So anyway, maybe it wasn't after the birthday dinner, but there was a sleepover, and he ran off in the wee hours of the morning. So even though Janelle is saying that she has no desire for Kody, it seemed that, she let him sleep over, which I was just really surprised about. Like, why, Janelle? You were doing so good. Why let him come over and stay over? That made me I was kind of disappointed with that. Christine said that, he never did this for the other wives as far as helping with the kids, getting them ready to school. And as usual, Kody has his own spin on his actions. He says that he was taking them to school to get a second chance at I guess, with the kids because he didn't do that before, which kind of backs up what the other wives were saying. He never did this. So now he's doing it with Robyn's kids. He says that a bad wife takes her kids away from takes her kids away, basically, Christine, and that Robyn is loyal and Christine is not. So once again, he keeps bringing up Christine, and I guess he's now clarifying his comments when he was mentioning those comments about, the reason why in a plural marriage that the husband would have a favorite wife is because that wife is loyal. So now he's basically saying the one who's not loyal is Christine. I was just like, why does he keep talking about Christine? Leave the woman alone. She's gone. Robyn claims that she knew that the kid thing would cause problems and she told Kody not to do it, but he wanted to. Of course, Robyn denies monopolizing Kody's time. She's always in denial about everything that's happening, and it never has anything to do with her, as per usual. And for this reason, Kody just keeps bringing up Christine. Every opportunity that he can find to bring her up, he does it. And I was just like, what does Christine have to do with you running off to take care of the kids when you never took care of any of your other kids? Why is Christine involved in your reasoning for doing this? It's crazy. Janelle has not talked to Kody since the birthday dinner. Janelle says Christine keeps saying poor you and she feels bad for her, but she doesn't need her to feel sorry for her because I guess she's taking steps, little steps to, get out of the situation. She does realize that things are not great with Kody. And so she's just trying to work her feelings out, even though she's not moving as fast as Christine would like. She's not saying this, I'm saying it. Even though she's not moving as fast as Christine would like, I think that she's realizing that there's nothing there. And she's trying to disentangle herself from Kody. Meri and Christine said that they would do a family reunion if the opportunity came up. Robyn said that it would be a bad idea because they have so much unresolved things going on, and Kody, doesn't think that it would be a good idea either. But apparently this is due to the trash talking from Christine that Christine has done, why he wouldn't want to have a reunion. And once again, bringing up Christine. But I feel like maybe not a reunion with the kids, but if all the adults maybe could get together and try to talk and maybe try to hash stuff out, then maybe they could have a family reunion involving the children. But I would agree that at this time, with all that's going on, it's probably not a good idea. So we see Aurora. She's 20 and she's visiting home, and I guess she has a guy friend. We don't see this guy, but Kody says that he's a nice guy, and Robyn says that too. Meri and Robyn are trying to get information out of her. She seems embarrassed, and she's like giggling a lot. But basically, this guy she met at college. He's from another state, but attending college there. Robyn says that she has old-fashioned values as her parents, and she likes that. And Meri says that when she was around that age, she was already having babies. She was 19. And she says that she doesn't regret marrying Kody, she wished she had taken more time to get to know who she was, and that she had gotten married within 6 months of meeting Kody. And maybe she should have, because the way she behaves now, it's kind of childish in a sense. Maybe she needed to mature a little bit more before jumping into a marriage. That's pretty young, though, to get married, and then right away she started having babies. So she, at that age, you're not quite an adult, really, even though you have, laws allow certain things. You're really not an adult as far as, your thinking and decisions and stuff like that. Meri tells Robyn that she has good news, or she has news. Basically, she signed a contract for a place in Flagstaff. She says that she'll be staying here in Flagstaff. And Robyn says, oh, that's probably good, though. And I was like, wow, okay. Although Robyn doesn't really have a wide emotional range, she seems a bit indifferent to the news, like she's just over it. I thought she would be, excited because they're so-called BFF and she's been campaigning for her to stay for so long. But there didn't seem to be any kind of happiness. I don't even think she said congratulations. She didn't seem too excited about this so-called news that Meri was giving. Kody says Meri doesn't really have a relationship with her, Robyn, and the kids So basically, why is she there? But this kind of counters what Robyn is saying. She's saying that the kids have a good relationship with Meri. So, I just wonder which is true. Do they really have a relationship, or was that scene just for filming? How often is Meri seeing the kids? Does she hang out with the kids usually? I don't know. Kody seemed to think that they don't have anything in common and they don't have a relationship. So I'm just wondering, which is true regarding this situation here. Anyway, he says Meri says she's not leaving. All that stuff that she said at the meeting when she told him about moving the business. But he says she should just leave. And I have to agree. Just leave. The old folks usually say, don't let a person tell you more than once that they don't want you. And essentially, while he hasn't said that in so many words, his actions are telling you he's not interested. So just leave. Go ahead and leave. He doesn't want you there. So I wonder, if he ever said openly and honestly and plainly as he's saying it now in the confessional, has he ever said that to her? Look, it's over. Go ahead and move on with your life with Robyn. Although it's clear as day, it doesn't seem like he said that to her. And maybe that's what she needs to hear. Some people really need to hear the words come out of a person's mouth, while other people will get the hints and move on. But I don't think that he's ever said that, because last I heard, he said that he would dwell in her delusion with her if it's necessary. But why tell us that she needs to move on, but not tell the person that you're in a relationship with? You need to tell her, I feel, if he hasn't already, but I don't think that he has, not that I've seen anyway. Robyn says that it was nice to visit with Meri. She says that Meri says that any of these family experiences that she can get, she will take it, and I can tell. She just seems desperate for some family, some kind of connection, and I just wonder, where is her family? She has to have other family other than trying to be family with Robyn and Kody. I mean, Kody is out, and Robyn seems to be not caring that much anymore. She just, yeah. Oh, okay. Not really no real deep interest or whatever. Doesn't seem to me. So the episode closes out with the conversation with Janelle and Christine. Janelle says her and Robyn got along well in the family as far as, things that needed to get done for the family, but they didn't have any one-on-one relationship at all. Then they cut back to a conversation with Christine where they were talking about Kody. It was a weird little insert. I don't know what they were talking about there. Anyway, Janelle says that they have an amiable relationship, her and Kody. And Christine says, well, what about the big fight in the confessional? She didn't say that to her, but in the confessional. And so we see them flash back to the big blowout about, around Christmas with the expletives and Kody storming off. And so basically Christine is like, what's amiable about this? You guys are fighting. What do you mean we have an amiable relationship? Janelle says that Christine asked her if she would, do a plural marriage again. And she says she would. Christine was just looking and blinking. Like, what? After all this stuff that Kody is putting you through, you would go through this again? And she was like, yes, if the right person comes along, you have the right connection, it's a plural situation, that she would do it again. Christine asked her if she still believes in the faith. She says she still believes in the faith part of it. She also asked her if Kody now knows how she's feeling as far as her mental state and where she's at. But she says Kody, she tells Kody, but Kody is not hearing her. Christine said Kody is a monogamist now, which Janelle agrees. Janelle says that she thinks he has slipped into monogamy a long time ago, but was just trying to maintain family responsibilities with the plural family. And she said that she doesn't really care anymore that Robyn can have him. Okay, so if you know that he has been pretty much monogamous with Robyn and just trying to maintain the other family, they pretty much sounds like they've just been on the side of a monogamy. Why not leave? knowing this, why we're still here. Seems like she already knew that, they weren't really in a true plural marriage as far as, their relationship. It's just the family dynamic was still plural as far as how they were raising the children, but as far as a relationship with her and Kody, and we've heard these complaints before anyway about the, inequality with the time and responsibility, the time and emotional connection and all that with the wives. So it seems like she has already known this, but, sometimes it takes people a longer time to process and take action, I guess. And she's one of those who, tries to think on things first before she makes a move. But then she goes on to say that they have been friends with benefits for years. And I was like, not friends with benefits while you're married. And Christine was like saying the same thing. So she said that, I was like, what? Isn't friends with benefits a single person thing? How are you friends with benefits? But I get what she's saying. They're pretty much involved, but there's nothing outside of that between them. So Kody just comes over when he wants something a little bit different, but outside of that, they don't have a relationship. So that's what I'm getting from what she's saying. So basically, Kody has been breadcrumbing her for a long time then. And that's why she's been staying, because she's hoping that things will be different. But then it's not. She goes on to say that if he gave her what she wants, then she would stay, but she would have to have something different. And she's said that before too, but I guess this is a rehash of a similar conversation. And I just want to be like, Janelle, wake up, wake up, wake up. You won't be happy. Even if he starts out, seeming like he's changing or giving you a few little things that you want here and there, it's just not going to work. But I guess he hasn't told her that Robyn is the love of his life, like he's saying in the confessional. So she's thinking that maybe, if he's changed, that they could have a relationship again. But I highly doubt that that's going to change. It takes a lot for a person to change their behavior. And especially since he's not like trying to go to therapy, marriage counseling with her, it's not just going to change with doing nothing. So I just don't see it. But she says that, but at the same time, she says that, she kind of really doesn't care. But I guess she doesn't want to give up all that history that they have without, trying. But I feel like if this has been going on for years and years and years, then maybe it's time to let it go. Christine says that he's not going to stop being Robyn's husband, which I was like, yeah, he's essentially Robyn's husband at this point. Kody, meanwhile, says he doesn't understand why Janelle can't be married to him now. And I think, Kody's just acting like he doesn't know why she's just not falling back into his arms. And once again, he's acting ignorant of the issues that Janelle is having with the way he treats her and the relationship they're having, the relationship with the kids. He's just so lost and have no idea as to why they can't be married now. Janelle says that she can't move on until she get released. And she says, she's not even with the religious part of the community to even know who to speak to or where to go to get a release. Christine says that you can't get a release until you have sex with the next guy. Christine was just cracking up, and I thought she was joking, and she made that up. But then we see a flashback to where Robyn was saying this, that in order to get a divorce, in order to get released, you have to be intimate with another guy or something to that effect, where she was saying that to Christine. I don't know how long ago that was, or maybe it was the point where Christine was contemplating leaving. I was like, what? Where'd she get that from? But that's not really true. Christine said that's not really true. So that was weird that she was saying that. But anyway, Janelle says that she's happy and content right now, and it seems like nothing is happening, and she's not doing anything right now. She's just waiting it out, I guess, until she gets to the point where she's had enough. Christine says that Kody's not going to change, and I agree. And she says that friends with benefits thing is not a good thing, and that's not a marriage, and that he's just giving her scraps, which I agree. Like, he's just breadcrumbing her, and he'll do one thing here and there, and she's like, oh yeah, the Kody that I married and I fell in love with is back, but then he's really not back, and then, he keeps her hopes up, and then nothing happens. Janelle also agrees that he is who he is, and she says that Kody is waiting for things to fall away or go away, and that he's not pining for the family that he lost, except to please his ego or when, it looks bad on him, which is true. He had said a few episodes ago that, he wanted to reconcile with Janelle, but he said that, it was something to do with his honor, or something about that was one of the reasons that he gave. And I think he doesn't really want to get divorced again. That's why he's making this lackluster attempt at reconciliation, even though he doesn't want to. So, yeah, they both know that Janelle even says that he's not pining for the family that he lost. So she's kind of onto him. So I don't know why she doesn't just make the move, but she's not quite yet. And then Christine says, based on the conversation, Janelle has not had that defining moment as yet. And this is how we end the episode, which I agree. Sometimes people, even though people know things in their head, they have to get to the point where they've had enough. And even though they're seeing things, maybe they're not at that point yet. And so this is where Janelle is. She's not ready to really make that move like Christine has done. But I think she's slowly getting there. But it's just kind of hard to watch that, in the process of her getting to the point where she decides to leave. So anyway, I think this is the main points of the episode. Let me know what you think about what's happened in this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe.